Well, this is Saturday, September 30th, 2023, about 7 in the morning. And I don't know why I have that light on. Anyway, I'm getting ready to head out about 7 in the morning, and it's a lot later than usual, but I'm only going about 50 miles away up to the ridges right above Ashton and right near Upper and Lower Mesa Falls. I've been there 10, 12 years or so. Thought I'd go up there and check that out today. And come back early enough to catch the third session of general conference today. Oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna head out and make it a short day. Even though I got a late start, I still got to see a dramatic sunrise here. I'm actually just on the freeway near Rexburg. Right back behind those trees is the city of Rexburg, Idaho. What a glorious sunrise. Absolutely amazing. I just love living in Idaho. Of course, actually, Wyoming. That mountaintop over there is actually Wyoming, but this is Idaho. Oh well, let's go see what we can find. Here I'm about between 9:30 and 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm overlooking Warm River. I went up to the edge of Island Park Ridge up near Antelope Flat. Rode around a little bit, but it's boring. It's miles and miles of dirt roads through pine forest. I can do that in Florida. So I'm coming up to Bear Gulch near Warm River, which is much more interesting, I think. So we'll see how that does. It already is more interesting. The Warm River, which is down below me here, is an interesting place, and the view of the Tetons from here is nice. There's an old railroad trail that I want to go check out. It's a little after 10. I'm just a few hundred yards down the Bear Gulch. This is a lot nicer. That's the Warm River down here. Certainly don't want to get careless on the trail. I think this is going to be a lot more fun. Shoot, I might even be able to take Kelly out on this, but she has acrophobia really bad, so I don't know. Anyway, this is good. This is a very popular place here, so I probably will see more people out here. But this trail, if I remember correctly, is a railroad path that goes all the way up to Yellowstone. I obviously won't do that today. Well, anyway, you see, I believe, if I remember correctly, there's a railroad tunnel down here, but they don't let anybody go through the tunnel because they're afraid rocks will fall on somebody. So you have to go around. Ah, yes. Now I remember. Here is the old railroad tunnel, which at one point in the past, I believe this four-wheeler path went through there, but it is not suitable. They probably deliberately collapsed some of that opened up that tunnel though, but I suspect that's a lot of work to make it safe. That's probably never going to happen. Alright, the going around's nice too. Bear Gulch. I have to come back here. Here's the other end of that tunnel. As you can see, it's been either on its own or otherwise collapsed. I guess you could go into that tunnel on foot. Probably not advisable though. Oh well, let's see what's down the road. This appears to be a beaver pond. If you notice over here, the beaver lodge. The dam must be down a little ways from here. Put my window down so I could have the wind in my face. You notice the Grand Teton in the distance. This Beaver Gulch pathway in this old railroad, the railroad that used to run up to Yellowstone, is pretty interesting around Bear Gulch, but once you get much past this beaver pond, it's just long, boring road through pine forest. But the area up here near Beaver Gulch is pretty interesting. But once you get to this beaver pond, I just turn around and go back and play around the gulch. You know, there's a number of these gates here that are kind of 50-inch limiters, but they're also cattle guards. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for me, this section of the trail, the first couple of miles, is what I like. Going along the river, through the woods here, up on the railroad trestle. Once it gets out onto the flat areas, which I guess is part of the Antelope Flat area, it's just kind of flat and boring, lots of cows. But this area up here by the river, by the warm river, this is pretty entertaining. It's probably where I would hang out. Oh yeah. This water's supposed to be warmer, but I still think it's kind of cold. It's just warm compared to the frozen southeast of Ashton, Idaho, on the scenic byway that goes up by Mesa Falls. I just stop here and just look around. There's some roads that head on up into the mountains from here that are very few people travel. If you like to get away from the crowds, it'll be a good place to come to. But Ashton is back that way. Back up there in those, where I was just from, past Bear Gulch, you get it on up towards West Yellowstone area. But back over in this direction, there are roads that go almost all the way over the mountains. Some resorts up in there. Might be a nice place to just get away from the beaten path. The view is still pretty dang good.